Yesterday here in England, world champion Elvis Stojko taking this fall in practice, the right ankle again in pain. Earlier today, though, no trouble at all. A good practice, and he is all set to go.
Welcome to CBC Sports coverage of the 1995 World Figure Skating Championships. Now from Birmingham, England, here is your host, Brian Williams.
It's the National Exhibition Center just outside Birmingham, England, for the second night in a row, filled to capacity as we come into our host location at the end of the stadium. Capacity here just under 8,000. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to England. Day 2 in our continuing coverage of the World Championships. The big story for Canadians, world champion Elvis Stojko. Last night, we showed you the videotape of his fall. He was in pain. He later said the pain disappeared. He felt pretty good. Right now, Elvis Stojko is standing backstage. He is optimistic, he is relaxed, and he is confident. You see, and for good reason, he had a great practice this morning. He told me he feels great. I asked Elvis, I said, how are you? He said 90%. I said, is that good enough to win? He simply looked at me and smiled. He's in tough against Urmanov and Kulik from Russia, Candeloro from France, and Eldredge from the United States. Medals awarded tonight in the pairs. Of course, for the first time since '88, the team of Pursuer and Eisler is not here. 3 Canadian teams. The top Canadian team being Menzies and Bombardier. They are standing in 11th place. Now, the big story is they must move into the top 10. If there are no Canadian teams in the top 10, there will be but one Canadian team at the World Championships in Edmonton next year. For more on a big program tonight, let's join Chris Cuthbert, Barbara Underhill, and Paul Martini. Chris.
Thanks, Brian. Good evening, everybody. We're getting set for what could be one of the most unpredictable nights we've ever had at the World Figure Skating Championships. That pairs shootout with 5 teams in the hunt for medals, and then the men's. Such a strong field, and I'm really not sure what to expect from Elvis Stojko, Bart.
Well, Chris, it's really been a roller coaster ride here for Elvis. I think we're really going to find out what he's made of, because although he's playing it rather low-key, he's never faced this kind of pressure. He's defending his title, and he's coming in not 100%. He's never faced that before. And Paul, the one thing I noticed in his practices, he's cautious, he's slower than usual, and will that stack up against this great field?
Well, Barb, that's the question, because this is a great field. When Elvis is healthy, he's second to no one in this event, but his injury has been hampering him. He has been cautious. He's been calculated. And when you look at who he's up against, we saw Europeans, Urmanov, Kulik, Candeloro, Zagorodniak, then you put in Todd Eldredge. They all nail the technical requirement elements beautifully, and I think he's got to go out and he can't hold back. He's got to give everything he's got if he wants to be a contender here.
Well, the moment of reckoning is fast approaching because Elvis Stojko got an early draw. Right now, back to Brian.
All right, Chris, let's set the stage for tonight. We will have the men's short program, the pairs free for the medals. Scars of Time is a feature on the status of skating in Russia. Many thought it would go down. It has not, but the cracks are beginning to appear. And of course, as usual, Gene Senft is here with the judge's seat. Well, Chris, here's what we've been waiting for. It's Elvis Stojko and the men's short program.
Representing Canada, Elvis Stojko.
Well, for the past 2 months, skating fans across the country have been asking the question, how is Elvis Stojko's right leg? Well, we'll get the answer in the next 2.5 minutes. The defending world champion, he won the short program last year in Makahari on his way to gold.
Well, Chris, his whole year comes down to this one program, and essentially the very first jump, the triple axel.
Well, then watching him practice, I feel pretty good about this short program. He knows he only has to do 3 jumps. If he gets through this, it's the long program and the fatigue factor of that which really concerns me.
Now, he missed this triple axel in the warm-up. He does it! Triple!
Beautiful.
Recognize this music. It's the same music that he skated his long program to in Albertville. Okay, the next jump, connecting step into the triple Lutz. Been an extremely difficult
difficult jump for him because he has to plant his injured right foot to get that jump up into the air. That's a really good sign.
He amazes me. He's just has this ability to focus and do it no matter what the circumstances. This year for Elvis, his footwork.
Well, I really like the fact that he's put down this program because he's the first of the contenders to skate here, and he just absolutely hits everything brilliantly.
Uschi Keszler's in tears as she embraces Doug Leigh, and the Canadian fans are going wild here as the legend grows just a little bit bigger. What a performance by Elvis Stojko with so many questions being asked.
Well, I'm amazed that he did that triple combination, and here it is. Look at the height on that. No problem at all, and straight up into the triple, the second triple. Just nails it.
Well, the name of this music is Total Recall, and that's exactly what he did. He let his body recall all the right things that he's trained it to do over the years.
That was the reaction to the combination. Well, that's what he said. He really only had a full run-through in the last week or two. He hoped all the training he'd done over the years was in the bank, and he drew upon it today. And look at Doug Leigh.
Well, after Doug having gone through Brian Orse's career and knowing how important it is to skate well, and that's exactly what Elvis did. Here's the triple Lutz. Had to plant that right foot to get himself vaulted up into the triple Lutz. Nice speed, nice flow, classic landing position.
What a huge relief this must be for them.
Well, this week he's been saying just being here is a victory. Indeed it is, but he's got a bigger victory on his mind now. The marks go up, and a 5.9 from the French judge is the top mark technically.
5.9, 5.8, 5.7. Marks more presentation.
And now the presentation marks, historically, they've dropped off a little. For the most part, they are about the same, and Elvis Stojko has the best set of marks so far. A great start for Elvis Stojko.
5.6.
So the Canadian fans have something to cheer about here. And we'll be back with more from the 95 Worlds after this.
Back to the 95 World Championships here in Birmingham, England. A very happy Elvis Stojko, Uschi Keszler, and Doug Leigh as coach. Elvis, the ankle looked very, very strong.
I was pretty good out there tonight. The ankle was solid. I made sure in the warm-up that it was warm and before, and I tried not to focus on it today. Like I said, I beat the challenge for myself, and that was what I wanted to do.
You landed on the right ankle, I think, on that triple axel, triple toe. Anything going through your mind as that happened?
I think, to be honest with you, absolutely nothing, because I was so focused on that one element's gone, next element, that I didn't even realize what I've done until the end, because I was so focused on everything that not one piece was the only part of the program. So I was really focused, and by the time I ended, I was like, okay, I'll let go now.
Uschi, you said he was here to skate for himself, not be concerned about Urmanov, Kulik, or anyone else. Was it tough to get in that mindset all week?
Oh, I think it was very tough since Nationals. I think it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I've been skating for 30 years, and I don't see how he can ever be beat by anybody. I mean, as in a dictionary, when you open it up where it says champion, Elvis's picture will be next to it.
Doug Leigh, we've talked with Elvis yesterday about the range of emotions he went through. How about yourself over the past several weeks since Halifax?
Well, it's been tough, but Elvis has kept things in perspective. He's taken one step at a time. And like he said, he kept his focus. We stayed right in tune with what we had to get done. He went out and skated for himself and put everything else aside. And unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable.
Well, a great performance. Listen, I know you want to rest. Will you hang around till we find out your final placings? It's so early, and we'll talk to you again later tonight.
No problem. Can I have 1 second?
You sure can.
Hi, Dad. I love you. That was for you. Thanks for the support. And everybody at home, thank you very much.
Chris Cuthbert?
Well, you can't win a gold medal in the short program, but you can lose it. Alexei Urmanov found that out at the European Championships when he made a mistake, was 6th after the short program, rallied for a silver medal at the European Championship, but the Olympic champion has been on his game for the most part this year.
Well, he's certainly skating with a tremendous amount of confidence this year. But he will need all the jumps to even hope to be in the top 5 here. He's opening with the triple axel combination. Oh, tight on the landing. And a hop out.
A hop out, it's not a deduction, it's just the quality of the element. The judges will have to take that into consideration, although there's no mandated deduction for an error like that. And now, Barb, this next element is one that gave him some trouble at Europeans.
Well, this is the jump that lost him the competition, the triple Lutz. He actually did a double at the Europeans.
Connecting steps.
No problem there.
He's had his own pressure of sorts, and that he comes in here as the defending Olympic champion. That's a lot to skate up to. Comes a double axel.
Skating so close to Alexei, you really notice the difference in the two styles. And when they both skate well, it's really up to the judge to figure out which style they like the best.
Spin with one change of foot. Well, Barb, I think the difference between this program and Elvis is simply boils down to the quality of the combination. They both did triple Lutz, both did nice double axles. Elvis, however, did an absolutely almost textbook triple axel, triple toe combination, and Alexei struggled doing triple axel, double toe.
21 years of age from St. Petersburg. He was the bronze medalist behind Kurt Browning and Elvis Stojko 2 years ago in Prague.
Here's that attempt at the combination. He gets good height on this triple axel, but right there, he's a little off balance. He has to wait, not carrying a lot of speed, and really squeaks out this double toe. Actually over-rotates it.
Under-rotates it.
Well, if he was trying triple, yes. It's hard to say from that whether he was trying to do triple or double. And here's the jump that you talked about costing the Europeans. Triple Lutz, nice height, good tight air position, solid landing.
Talked about the pressure of being an Olympic champion. He had an interesting answer. He says, I no longer have the right to lose. With his coach, Alexei Mishin, and you'll hear from him a little later tonight in a feature we've done on the problems now facing Russian skating And Mr. Machine is very quotable. Coming off the Olympic gold medal last year, Urmanov was 4th at the World Championships in Makahari.
Well, there used to be a time when you were someone such as Alexei and you'd won an Olympic title and you decided to skate the next year, that there'd be some retirements, and you'd probably come into an event with a fair degree of confidence knowing that you're probably the best of the bunch, but that is certainly not the case here this year.
Technical marks not as high as Elvis Stojko, a 5.3 to 5.7 range, the high mark from the French judge.
5.5. Marks for presentation.
And now the presentation marks, and they come up that don't look as high as Elvis Stojko either. And there are 9 second-place ordinals for Alexei Urmanov. He is behind Elvis Stojko. And with more on the short program, let's join ISU judge Gene Senft.
Once again, in the men's short program, there are 8 required elements, 2 of which are step sequences. This is an opportunity for the judges to evaluate something other than jumps and spins, and for the skaters to show off their edge control and creative footwork. There are 3 types of step sequences, and the skater must pick 2 different ones. One option is a straight line sequence, beginning either at one corner of the ice and ending in the opposite corner, or one that follows the long axis of the rink for the full ice surface. Another is a circular sequence to be skated in a complete circle or oval pattern using the full width of the ice. A third choice is a serpentine sequence beginning at one end of the ice and progressing in at least 2 bold curves to finish at the other end. In step sequences, judges watch for footwork that rotates in both directions, has a number of turns and movements to it, progresses well across the ice, and that covers the surface with good speed. By contrast, this sequence rotates only in one direction, doesn't have as much variety of steps in it, and so is considered less difficult. Step sequences with some pizzazz that suit the music are also credited. Good use of arms, feet, and multi-rotational turns to emphasize the musical highlights is impressive. Step sequences without much in them tend to get lost in a program. Sometimes, however, skaters are creative and perform a whole step sequence on one foot. Something special like that is an opportunity for the skater to impress and is something the judges will pick up on in their efforts to compare performances. So step sequences can make a difference.
The judges' seat from the 95 Worlds is brought to you by the Royal Bank.
Competitor representing Russia.
Back at the NEC men's short program, Elvis Stojko the leader ahead of Alexei Urmanov. Here's the new kid on the block, the European champion, 17-year-old Илья Kulik of Russia. Can he duplicate what Oksana Bayul did 2 years ago and win a world title in his first year at the senior level?
Well, he's quietly been going about his business here. He's got this cool confidence about his skating that reminds me a little bit of Oksana Bayul when she first came onto the scene in '93.
And here's his opening combination. Triple axel.
Oh!
I'm stunned.
I think that's the first mistake we've seen him make.
In 3 competitions.
Yeah.
And that includes the practices.
So much for the cool confidence.
Comes back with a nice triple Lutz, but it's definitely going to be too little, too late, because in essence, the bubble has burst.
We wonder, Paul, if the pressure was just too much for him.
You also have to wonder if his attitude and the carryover from the qualifying round was prevalent out there. At about the 2:45 mark of his qualifying performance, he basically shut down. He laid in enough quality material that he just figured, well, I'll just cruise for the rest of that, and maybe that carried over here. based on the error in the combination, he's looking at a 0.4 deduction. He under-rotated both jumps in the combination, and that's going to be a heavy hit.
World title will have to wait at least another year for Ilya Kulik. Will have his marks when we return to Birmingham. Welcome back to Birmingham as Coach Victor Kudrytsev tries to pick up his pupil, Ilya Kulik, after this disappointment in the short program.
Well, here's his attempt at the combination. He takes it up, he just bails out of it, and then, like, I guess, he just felt that it was over, so he didn't even bother trying the second jump. He just literally stepped through it.
But unfortunately, because he didn't try the second jump, he gets another deduction of 0.2, so it's a total of 0.4 deduction here, which will not stand him in good stead among the leaders.
He said he was hoping for a top 6 finish here, which I thought was underselling it, but now that would be a major accomplishment as the marks come up. 4.8, low mark on the board, sorry, 4.6 for Finland, and as high as 5.2. Interesting to note, there is no Russian or Soviet bloc judge on the panel. Second set of marks come up from 5.0 up to 5.6. He has a couple of third-place ordinals as low as 9th, and for the moment, he's in 5th place.
Representing the United States of America.
Here's the 2-time U.S. champion who was dethroned this year by Todd Eldredge, Scott Davis. His best world finish was 6th place 2 years ago. He's capable of challenging for a medal, but as his coach Kathy Casey mentioned, he's been inconsistent for the past couple of years.
Well, it certainly has been something that has plagued him. There's no doubt about that, Chris, but he's the type of skater that can really get your adrenaline going. When he's on, he's very exciting to watch, and he's perhaps one of, if not the best spinner in this competition.
He's going to need this triple axel.
Sometimes is he gets too excited out there.
Now watch this sit spin. Look at he's almost touching the ice there. There's not too many male skaters that can get the crowd excited about spins. For the next triple jump. The triple Lutz. Oh, that was a little scary there for a second.
On that spin. Unfortunately, it traveled a little bit after he landed. It took him a while to get it centered.
This program has really energized the crowd here. He just looks like he's having a great time.
Carrying great speed throughout it. That's one thing I've been impressed by. Last spin, combination spin. Only one change of foot. There it is. Oh, that'll be a huge confidence booster for Scott. There's no doubt about that. There's his coach, Kathy Casey. She's excited. Elvis is probably feeling a little bit of heat after this skate.
Well, he had great footwork, excellent spins, and he nailed the jumps. Here's the triple axel. Gets good height into the air. There's absolutely no hesitation. acceleration straight up into the second jump. Now he does a double toe loop on the back end of this. Elvis did a triple. That's the difference right there.
Here's the triple Lutz. Gave you a little bit of a hard stop, Barb. I think you thought he might be getting a bit close to the boards.
Well,
he's on a
lean.
Yep,
yeah.
But he manages to show patience, pulls it out.
Well, he's from Great Falls, Montana. Skates out of the Blackmore in Colorado.
Well, I was wondering whether the judges were going to take into consideration the difficulty of the spins and the footwork. I thought it might be a little closer, but it's certainly a very strong second here to Elvis.
Marks for presentation.
Well, the presentation marks up to 5.8, but only one first-place ordinal, that from Denmark. The rest are seconds, a third from France, and Scott Davis is now into second place ahead of Urmanov and behind world champion Elvis Stojko.
Representing Canada, Sebastien, Britten.
Well, with the injury to Elvis Stojko in Halifax, Sebastien Britten became the national champion. Here he is, 8th at last year's World Championships after a poor technical program, but I don't think he can afford another poor short, and he hasn't been that confident in practice here.
Well, confidence is everything in any sport, especially here in the sport of figure skating. You're only out there, you and your skates, and Sebastian's in a pair of skates that he's only been in for about 2 weeks now. He came off a very poor performance at the Canadian Championships. He struggled here all week. I hope he can pull it together out there.
Sebastien is trying a triple flip, triple toe combination. Easier on the difficulty scale than most. He does it, and a double toe on the end.
To his credit, Sebastien has what I think are two of the most entertaining programs in the entire men's field. It's unfortunate, though, he's not a member of the Triple Axel Club.
Single Lutz that throws him right out of the competition.
Well, it seems like all of the Canadian men have had their own personal struggles here this week. Marcus Christensen didn't even make the cut out of qualifying. And now for Sebastien, he too will probably find himself well out of the top 10.
Double axel to go, and that worries me a little because he has struggled with this jump. Although it's an easy jump, he's had problems with it. Whoa. What a great program, though. It truly is choreographically a masterpiece. Here's his final footwork sequence.
Well, he grabs his head because he realizes the critical error he made with that triple Lutz attempt. He's probably furious at himself because he got the combination in, the most difficult element for him in this program, and unfortunately missed the triple jump. Here we see the combination, sets it up nicely, firm plant of the toe, breaks out, resets, up into the double toe. But as you mentioned, Barb, not nearly in the league of technical difficulty as others we've seen. Here's the double axel, bent out of shape a little bit, but manages to sit through it, get out of it.
Sebastien's 24 years of age. He's from Brossard, Quebec, with his coach, José Normand. Why the change in boots this close to the Worlds?
Well, he said to me that the boots that he was in were starting to break down, and he had to make that decision to go into the new boots. But, Paul, I wonder why he didn't maybe have the boots rebuilt.
Well, it's always an option. You don't have to go into brand new boots. You can always have them opened up and rebuilt, as you say, but it's history now. Hindsight's 20/20.
Best result of the year was third at Skate Canada in Red Deer, 4.2 the German judge, up to 4.8 from Italy. And we expect the second set to go up considerably. And they do, up to 5.4. His best ordinal is a 10th from France, a 16th from Poland, and Sebastien Britten, the Canadian champion, is in 14th.
The next competitor representing France.
Here's the man that pushed Elvis Stojko all the way last year in Makahari, the silver medalist at the World Championships. We saw him at the Europeans in Dortmund, was not ready at that point, and finished off the podium in 4th place. Said a lack of preparation had cost him there. Let's see what he's done in the last month.
Well, he was so busy all year long. He toured across Canada with Elvis. He did a number of exhibitions, competed internationally 4 times, and you have to wonder if he was well enough trained at that point. He's skating the same Godfather routine that he did last year, and he'll be opening with the triple axel combination. Double toe. Remember, Elvis did the triple-triple combination.
Connecting steps, setting up his triple jump, triple flip.
A little wild there in the air.
That spin traveled slightly.
Philippe used to be known as a very poor short program skater, but now it seems to be the reverse. He skated well at the short at Europeans and not as well in the long. He seems to have figured out how to do this.
But I'm amazed he got as much of the jump executed as he did.
And that's in skating what we would call a waxel.
French champion Philippe Candeloro, but a major mistake. We'll find out what the judges do with them when we return. Welcome back to Birmingham, awaiting the mark for Philippe Candeloro with Andre Brunet. It seemed to be a better performance than Europeans, but this major problem.
I think it was a simple lack of concentration. Look at this edge on the takeoff. He just does not get over top of his foot, and he's just way out of shape in the air.
Has to put his foot down to avoid the fall, and Barb, he was rotating around the middle.
There's the world champion and the leader, Elvis Stojko, looking on. And how badly will they send Candeloro down? That's the question as we get the technical marks. 5.0 from the finish judge, up to 5.5 from Italy.
Well, it's only a 0.1 deduction to touch down with your free foot, and that is exactly what he did.
Second set of marks go way up. 5.8 from Italy and France. He has a third place ordinal from Italy. The rest fourth, but for Finland at 5, and Candeloro in fourth place behind Urmanov. Here's the comeback kid from the United States, Todd Eldredge. We watched him win a bronze medal back in 1991 at the World Championships, but since then, so many problems. Illness, back problems, just inconsistent skating. But he's put it all back together this year and is the national champion of the U.S. once again.
Well, I know there's not an annual award, but if there was one entitled Comeback Skater of the Year, this man would certainly be a nominee.
Well, he's skating with a whole new sense of confidence and authority. He'll also be opening with the triple axel combination. And a triple-triple.
Carries nice speed, unique position through that combination spin. We're actually seeing some personality from Todd, which is something I don't recall seeing ever before, at least not to this degree.
Well, he's also much more musical now. He skates with the music, whereas before, at sometimes I didn't know if it mattered if the music was actually on when he was skating. He's done so well internationally this year. He's won 3 or 4 major international events. I think that's really given him a lot of confidence. Now he's really got to keep his focus through the triple lux. Last major element. That was really close.
Death drop, the last element in this program, had good height. Well, he's ecstatic. I couldn't tell him the Lutz, Barb. I couldn't see. I was watching it live. He disappeared in front of us by the boards. I think it was clean, but it may not have been pretty.
Well, by the looks of his face, I think the Lutz was fine. We'll have to wait for the replay on that.
And in the battle of North America against Europe, the North Americans are winning the day.
Here's his jump combination, triple axel.
That's a beauty.
Breaks out, resets the right arm in front, pulls it up, triple toe, like Elvis, triple-triple combination. And here's the Lutz. A little bit of a lean on it. That's strength. That is pure strength. No more, no less, clean jump. Richard Callahan is his coach, as well as the coach of Nicole Bobek, the American ladies champion. Now, how will these compare with Elvis Stojko? Great set of technical marks, 5, 7s, and 8s.
5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7. marks for presentation.
And now the presentation marks, and Todd Eldredge is the leader. He has 5 first-place marks: Italy, USA, Finland, Norway, and Denmark, and 4 seconds. So it is Eldredge bumping Elvis Stojko out of first place in this short program.
All right, Chris, Stojko with a great performance. Elvis sandwiched between the Americans, Eldredge and Davis. Urmanov is the Olympic champion. To me, the big surprise, the European champion, Kulik from Russia, is only 11th. Sebastien, Britten, is standing 18th. The commercial break. When we return to England, we will talk with the defending world champion, Elvis Stojko. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. This capacity crowd treated to a great performance by the defending world champion, Elvis Stojko. We have some videotape. Before going to it, how is the ankle feeling now?
Great. Feels great.
Well, you had a good practice this morning. Let's roll that videotape in the truck, and I think we are going to see the combination. Take us through it.
Well, basically, when I'm setting up for the combo, there's a good solid landing right there and through. A lot of people ask me what I was thinking throughout the entry and the exit. To be honest with you, I was thinking nothing. My mind was clear. And the only thing I was thinking or feeling was the whole feeling of the jump, going through it, making sure that I keep on the left side so that I could pull in and be planted for the triple toe.
Does it hurt more to take off on the right foot or to land on the right foot?
It hurts more. If any jump hurts, it's the triple Lutz and the triple flip. I had to warm it up a little bit more in the warm-up because I didn't have much time to get it sort of warmed up. So I took extra time just to make sure that it was okay, and the adrenaline pumping and so forth. So when I did it in the warm-up, it felt pretty good.
You were sandwiched between 2 Americans, yet you've been telling me, you told me a couple of weeks ago in Toronto, I'm not concerned with the competition. It's myself.
That's basically it. I mean, everyone asked me after this, so now that you're sitting in second or before Eldredge skated first, what's your mindset? Are you going to change it now that you're sitting in first place? I'm like, it's the same thing all over again. I mean, now there's a placing there, now we got somewhere to go from, and you know, it's nice to be sitting in second because there's one to reach for, and I always like that. But overall, for myself, it's still, once again, there's the same philosophy, same step forward, same challenge for myself in the long program tomorrow.
You told me when you're injured, it's more important to come here and skate than to come here and win. Now tell me, now you're second. I know you don't think about the competition, but do you think of winning now, or do you stay on the same plane?
Well, I tell myself it's there, it's a possibility, it's there, put it behind me. Because if I'm focusing on the placings, I'm not focusing on myself or what I'm supposed to do out there. I mean, I'm here to do my thing, I'm here to skate, I'm here to challenge myself. Once those challenges are met, the rewards are after. Never think about the rewards before you get there.
I'll tell you what, you've been focused and you have done your thing. I know Canadians congratulate you. A great showing here tonight. Get a good night's sleep, and it's the long program tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
That is the defending world champion, Elvis Stojko from Richmond Hill, Ontario. Once again, let's join Chris Cuthbert, Paul Martini, and Barb Underhill.
Thanks, Brian. A great job by Elvis, and an intriguing short program for the men. Todd Eldredge wins it on a 5-4 judges split. How'd you see it?
Well, the guys with the triple-triple combinations are on top. I think Eldredge, although he had that wild free leg, he came out, he was a little bit more aggressive. Elvis was understandably a little bit cautious.
Well, Barb, the big question for Elvis now is, will the foot hold up for the long program? That's a 4.5-minute program. It's going to take a lot of pounding. I just hope it can hang in there.
Welcome back to the National Exhibition Center. In just a few minutes, Elvis Stojko will try and become only the second Canadian male to win back-to-back world championships. Kurt Browning actually won 3 in a row, Paris in '89, Halifax in '90, Munich in '91. He was second in '92 at Oakland, won his 4th title in '93 at Prague. The journey to the top of the podium for Elvis has not been an easy one. And you know, it's interesting, at the top of the podium is where our story begins. And you know, I remember it all so well. It was just outside Tokyo that Elvis Stojko became the 5th Canadian male to be crowned world champion. 10 months later, the joy and the smiles would turn to pain. Preparing for the Canadian Championships, the slip, the right foot smashing hard into the boards.
Within 1 second, my goals changed immensely. You know, where I injured myself, I got up. Birmingham, Halifax, everything flashed before my eyes, and I didn't think I was going to skate. I thought I broke my foot. Everyone said, maybe it's a dumb move for you to go out there and not hurt yourself again. And I said, if I don't compete, I'm going to kick myself the next day. I'm going to go out there and give it my best shot. I'm not going to hand anything over. And, you know, I gave it the best shot I can, and I had to give up. And that really bothers me, where I have no control. At that point, the body just gives up. Now I've got it back, and I'm not going to let it go.
To get that control back was not easy. It was painful, but above all, it was slow and tedious. Finally, you know what? You start talking to yourself.
I said to myself, I had enough. I'm tired. I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of working day by day and getting only so much. I said, if I want to do it, I'm going to do it now. I don't care if I break my leg. And I made it through it. And, you know, it doesn't mean you're going to make it all the way, but it gives you the confidence to say that no matter what, under any gun, if you really want it, you can do it. And I believe in myself now, and the lesson that I've learned is more valuable than any gold medal.
And talk about confidence. It was nearly midnight Friday here in England when he took to the ice. Remember, he'd been up all day after flying the previous night from Toronto. He looked great. He would perform the quad here Sunday, then Tuesday morning the fall in practice. The right ankle obviously in pain. And then last night, it was the short program, and with this combination early on, you knew Elvis Stojko meant business.
I guess when I'm competing here, I'm going to give it the best shot I have. I'm not defending anything, and I know that right now I feel very alone because the things that I've gone through is very much for myself. And when I go out there to compete, you know, I'm going to enjoy every minute, and I'm going to give it the best shot I can because there's no way that I'm just going to let it fly by and say, you know, I have an injury and let it go. So I'm going to give it everything I've got.
It has indeed been quite a week for Elvis Stojko here in England. That first practice Friday night, the day off Sunday, the quad, and Monday the fall, and Tuesday. Great short program last night. Chris Cuthbert, it has been quite a week, but we are just minutes away.
We certainly are, Brian. Doug Leigh, Elvis Stojko's coach, says this could be the greatest world men's event ever. And Doug's seen a few. What can you expect, and what is going through Elvis's mind now after a great short program?
Well, you know what? All week, Elvis has been saying that just being here is his gold medal. I don't buy that anymore. I could if he was in 5th or 6th, but he's in 2nd. He can taste that gold medal. And the fact that he is planning on doing a quad tonight, that shows me that he wants to win. Now, without the quad, technically, all the men are equal. So he needs that quad if he wants to win. He can't have a cautious skate, but the one thing he has over the others is nerves of steel.
Well, Barb, you're right. The other contenders here, Eldredge, who's currently leading, Urmanov, as well as Scott Davis. Scott's been very inconsistent. They've all had trouble in the big moment in the past. But Todd Eldredge said after the short program that he has never been more comfortable out there in any competition before in his life. And if he can carry that through into this long program, I think he's the man to beat.
But Elvis does have the great draw. He's the last to skate of the gold medal contenders. Brian?
All right, Chris, tomorrow
To the NEC Arena in Birmingham, England for CBC Sports continuing coverage of the 95 World Figure Skating Championships into the men's long program. And here is a former French champion, Éric Millot, who had problems with the short and always seems like he is one mistake away from greatness. One error in the short program has him standing 8th.
But as we've seen so many times, he comes back in the long program. He's made some pretty large leaps with great skates in the long, and that could happen here.
Well, I sort of equate him to being the male version of our own José Chouinard. Judges want to bring up big marks for this man, but he never gives them 2 programs in a row to enable them to do that.
It's the first year for Éric doing a triple axel in his program. And he does it, just hangs on. Combination.
And he was flying going into that element.
The jump he missed yesterday, triple flip double loop. just nailed a great opening, and with the choreography and the program that he has, he could really make a leap into the top group here. Another triple axel plant here. See if he tries it. And he, oh!
Combination, no less.
This could be the skate of his life. Go wrong. You know, the one thing that was always missing, Paul, was the triple axel. Tonight he's done 2 of them. This program had everything.
Well, he's had moments of greatness before, but we've never really seen him pull it all together. And for him, this is no doubt going to be a personal best.
And he's excited. Look at him fly through this footwork sequence.
A former French champion. He's the senior man among the contenders here. Competed in 1987 in Cincinnati when Brian Orser won gold. Éric Millot making his bid perhaps to move up as far as the podium. We'll be back with his marks after this. Great moment here in Birmingham. Éric Millot being congratulated by everybody in the French delegation. Came off the ice saying that and a baby too, because he is the only father in the competition. His wife delivering a baby girl in January.
Well, the 2 best things that he's got this year has been the triple axel as well as becoming a father. He must be just ecstatic.
7, 5, 6.
And his coach, Annick Gagoué, always demonstrative, but she's never celebrated quite like that for Éric Millot's programs. Up to a 5.8 from the Finnish judge. And France for technical merit. Pierre Trant, the other coach. And now the presentation marks, and there are 5.8s, a 5.9 from France, and 8 first-place ordinals. Only the German judge has him seated second. We've seen him move up at the Europeans from way behind. I'll have to wait and see how far that takes him.
Champion representing Russia.
Well, the atmosphere is electric. Here's the Olympic champion, Alexei Urmanov. He won the free skate at the Europeans, recorded a perfect 6 for presentation from one judge. And although 4th, he can win here. He must win the free skate, and Todd Eldredge of the United States can finish no better than 3rd.
Chris, you talk about the electricity and the suspense. The warm-up, which we just watched, was positively happening out here. It was just triples flying left, right, and center, and they looked like they were all out there in a little game of, can you top this? Mistake he had in the short program.
He has a quad plant here, but he does a triple. One. And he does it.
Was to have been a triple flip. He does a double. Barb will have to wonder if early in the program, after he missed the initial triple axel, why he wouldn't have gone for the quad. This program now is skating safe. Certainly no attack in an attempt to make a mark in a quest to get on that podium.
But we all thought that with Elvis's injury, Urmanov might be the one to beat, but I think the performance he wanted here tonight was the one that we saw at Europeans.
saw a look at his coach, Alexei Machine. The Olympic champion, Alexei Urmanov, will have his marks when we return to the NEC Arena. Fourth after the short program. He was fourth at last year's World Championships. Hard to tell with 5 skaters left. Do you think that's enough to get on the podium?
Based on the way they warmed up out there, Chris, I don't like his chances. There's just so much talent in this field.
21 years of age from St. Petersburg in Russia. 5.5, 6s, and 7s, the technical marks.
5.7, 5.6, 5.7, 5.5.
Bronze medal at the World Championships in Prague behind Browning and Stojko. Now the presentation marks gets a 5.9 from Italy and Germany. First place marks from Italy and Germany. There are seconds and a fourth from Denmark. So Urmanov must now wait. And with more, here's Gene Senft.
Great controversy arose last year at the men's free skating program in the Lillehammer Olympics. Why didn't Elvis Stojko beat Alexei Urmanov on that given day? As we watch the men's free program here tonight in Birmingham, what will it take to win this event? Yes, jumps are important. Triples and more triples. The triple axel will be key because it's the most difficult jump. It's even more impressive, as with all triples, if it's done in combination, especially with another triple like this triple toe loop. Triples that pop out of the footwork when least expected will receive more credit than ones with a long setup time. Spins are equally as important as jumps. Combination spins are better than single spins, especially when there are 3 or more positions. In flying spins, height of the fly, centering of the spin, and speed of rotation are all important considerations. Connecting steps between the elements are also important and should have a minimum of crosscuts. Too many crosscuts create holes in the program. Instead, look for field movements and intricate footwork to connect the elements. Lastly, the choreography of the program will need something special, a flair or a little pizzazz. The highlights in the music should be fully developed so that the whole program becomes an experience to watch. There are many factors that determine a winning performance. It's not just the program with the most triple jumps. It will also contain a balance of well-performed spins, connecting steps, choreography, and artistry that all complement each other to create that special package of overall ability.
After the short program, Todd Eldredge of the United States, he's next. And the defending world champion, Elvis Stojko, awaits his turn as the tension builds at the 95 Worlds. Leader after the short program. The United States champion with a huge throng of supporters here. The comeback kid, bronze medalist in 1991, really has not been a factor since. Said he's never felt more relaxed, as you mentioned, Paul, in the short program. Let's see how he handles the nerves for the next 4.5 minutes, because there were problems at the U.S. Nationals in the long, despite his gold medal.
This is an outstanding program for Todd. It's the first time that I've really seen him skate with this much power and this much feeling in his skating. It looks extremely intense.
Will now set up, going to the other end of the rink for his opening combination, triple axel, triple toe.
Does a double toe on the end. focused. Triple flip, triple toe. This triple axel. Oh.
Well, I guess the question now in the Stojko camp is they're probably watching this backstage and going, okay, now, what do we need to put in this program to win? Do we need the quad? Is a triple axel, triple toe combination enough?
I know if I was Elvis, I'd be playing it safe.
I must say, however, that for Todd, his coach, Richard Callahan, and his choreographer, Kirk Weiss, have given him perhaps the best program he has ever had. It's shown strength, it's shown...
Oh, he just threw in another triple axel.
He obviously is not going to give it up easy.
That was amazing. That was at the very end of the program.
U.S. champion Todd Eldredge making his Gettysburg Address for gold.
He changed the choreography at the end of that program to throw in the triple axel. He went all out here tonight.
Trying to become the first American champion since '89, Brian Boitano, and Elvis Stojko in his own space waits for his turn. We'll be back with the marks for Todd Eldredge in a moment. I just heard Todd Eldredge say it doesn't matter what it happens, and that final triple axel may be the big story of the night.
Well, here we see his triple flip combination. Triple flip, resets, up into the triple toe. And here's another look at, I believe, the second triple axel. Oh, that's the one he fell on. That's the one where he obviously decided, hey, later on in this program, I got to toss another one in.
Well, it is so nice to see Todd Eldredge back on track, because we've seen him struggle with injury, back injury, and he just is like a brand new skater.
Eldredge is back, and U.S. skating's back, shut out of the medals last year in Makahari. And Richard Callahan, one of the reasons for that, also coaching their U.S. Women's Champion Nicole Bobek, and the technical marks, 5.8 to 5.7 from Japan.
I love the program. I thought it was extremely inspiring and built to the end. Hopefully, we're going to see these marks go up.
And now the presentation marks. There are 5 nines from 4 of the judges, but the ordinals are interesting because there are 3 second-place marks. Éric Millot still has 2 first-place marks, and the German judge has Urmanov first, so plenty of room yet.
Well, it sets up a great scenario.
Now it's time for Philippe Candeloro, last year's silver medalist, in 5th place after the short program after missing his double axel. He says the podium is still in reach here, and he's not going to hold back tonight.
Well, we go from Gettysburg to the Godfather, and there are some people here who are saying, you know what? We think we've seen Philippe Candeloro do the Godfather one too many times, but he obviously is in love with the concept, and he certainly does perform it. difference than we saw at the European Championships. He's trying to get this crowd involved early in this program because I think he feels that crowd involvement is essential to his success out there.
Well, Paul, I see a much greater degree of concentration here. It looks like the program has been well trained, and I think a lot of people thought he wasn't well trained going into the Europeans. He needed some extra work on this program, and he just simply needed time in the training ring. He's very busy with commitments all year long.
Eldredge is first, Millot is second, and they're the only two men to have done triple-triple combinations.
He has not attempted a second triple axel.
And you have to wonder if in the back of his mind he is thinking of it, because in the past, his second attempt at a triple axel has not always been a successful effort.
And here he goes. You're right.
Shades of Makahari.
To be able to perform a program the way Philippe does, and also put the very difficult triples in. But I have to wonder, towards the end of the program, he's getting pretty loose with the crowd. He's looking into cameras. I don't know how you do a triple axel at the end of the program when you're that loose.
And putting in a spin that has now been deemed illegal because he knows the fans love it. He is a showman. Last year's silver medalist, Philippe Candeloro, France. Todd Eldredge remains the leader. And we'll be back with Candeloro's marks after this. We're back in Birmingham as we await the marks for Philippe Candeloro with his coach Andre Brunet. Now, we saw him attempt the second triple axel. Todd Eldredge missed a triple axel. How does that factor in the judge's mind?
Well, you have to remember that you're only given credit for what you do. A jump that's missed is not given any credit. Simple as that.
What a range here, 5.5 from the Finnish judge. The French judge has got 5.9 for Candeloro's technical.
I don't know where he thinks he's going to fit the rest of the field in.
Now the presentation marks, and some nice marks there. 5.9s from 3 of the judges, 5.8s. A first place mark from France. He has seconds from 3 of the judges, and 3 thirds, make that 4 thirds, and a 5th place as Elvis Stojko awaits. Candeloro has now moved into second place behind Eldredge. But there is still another skater before the world champion. It's the second American challenger, 2-time U.S. champion Scott Davis. He's in 3rd place after the short program. The last time the Americans had two on the podium was 1981, Scott Hamilton and David Santee.
Scott Davis is the type of skater who's either on or off. Today he had a really difficult practice. He went down on a triple loop and it looked like he had injured his right ankle. But he looked fine on the warm-up.
Scott has a triple axel double toe scheduled for his opening element. But after having seen the triple-triple combinations that have gone ahead of him, I wonder if he too will attempt one.
He was way out of position in the air there. He's going to have to really fight back here if he wants to stay on the podium.
There's the triple loop that he fell hard on this morning.
This is where he's clearly the best in the field. His spins.
Job after missing the opening element, the opening triple axel, of composing himself and getting back into the program. Some of his jumps have been tight looking on the landings, but he's getting them in. It's something that he hasn't been able to do before. Usually he would come completely unraveled.
Now that was supposed to be a triple Lux, and it was a double, and he just tripped on the boards. But the thing that's missing for me here tonight is the element of performance. He had it in the short program, and he doesn't have it here tonight, and it's evident that all these men need that aspect in their skating tonight. Well, the top four men have now missed one triple axel each.
You have to remember, you get credit for what you do, and there are no deductions for what you miss.
Scott Davis of the United States looking for his first medal ever at a World Championship.
Well, I'm sure it's running through his mind whether he's just let that medal slip away.
Elvis Stojko on the ice. Back with him and the marks for Scott Davis in a moment.
5-5.
Welcome back to Birmingham. Kathy Casey and Scott Davis awaiting his marks.
5-6. 5-5.
And the technical marks 5-5 through 5-7.
5-5. Marks for presentation 5-6, 5-5.
And now the presentation marks not nearly as high as we've seen tonight. He will drop down out of
5-5.
medal possibilities here. Third from Norway is his best mark. So Davis currently in 6th place. The leader, Todd Eldredge. Philippe Candeloro is 2nd. Then Urmanov.
The next competitor.
And then Éric Millot. Well, all the contenders have taken their best shot. Now it's time for the world champion. Mrs. Stojko cheering on, along with a great throng of Canadian fans, as Elvis Stojko, second after the short program, goes after his 2nd straight world championship.
Well, the voyage of Elvis to win his 2nd world title is on the dock right now. He's skating to music from Christopher Columbus.
It's a program that I think really suits him. He skated a great short program, but with some degree of caution. I think that's what got him here, but he can't afford to skate with caution here tonight. one more difficult triple left, the triple Lutz.
He really needs to push this through. He's looking slightly fatigued. And that will it. That will be the element that makes the difference. Triple Lutz, triple toe combination, two triple combinations in this program. That'll do it. Leigh and Uschi Keszler are here at the board. They're ecstatic.
And it happened 4:15 into the program, so he matched the late triple Axel by Eldredge, and even Todd looks on in amazement.
Well, he had the triple-double planned, and he threw the triple-triple in at the end. He knew he needed it.
Canadian fans on their feet. This is some competitor.
What he's had to go through these last 2 months, where he's come from, I'm amazed at what he's done here.
He obviously has mental strength and fortitude second to no one else in the world of athletics. Just an amazing feat.
Really proud of you. What's that?
Here's the triple axel, triple toe combination, the first triple-triple combination he executed in this program. And then here's the last one, 4-minute 15 mark of the long triple Lutz, up and just squeaks out a clean landing on the triple toe. Amazing, simply amazing.
Now there were two problems. One was on the quad.
At home.
But again,
Hi, Dad, love
there
you.
will be no
Kimberly,
deduction as there is in the short program for the quad. It was just great to see him actually attempt it.
Hi, Aaron.
I think it's going to come down to this performance. The judges like the best.
Look at this. There's a perfect six from Fritz. 5.9s. Technically, there's 3 5.8s. Let's wait for the second set of marks now. And look at this. Here are the ordinals. 6 first place marks. There are 3 seconds. 5 8s and 9s. The celebration's on. Still one skater left, but Todd Eldredge knows it's going to be second best. And Elvis Stojko has written another amazing
Elvis, very
story.
quickly, 4:15 into the program. Where did you find the strength for triple-triple?
Well, I knew that when I missed a quad, I couldn't do the combination. I needed an extra triple, so took a breath around, collected energy, and went for it.
Good luck. Congratulations. We'll talk to you again in just a minute.
Thank you.
All that's left now is the hometown favorite and Elvis Stojko's stablemate, Stephen Cousins, in 6th place after the short program.
Well, this roof is about to come off. Hopefully, Stephen can ride this wave.
Said he'd be as nervous for Elvis as he would be for his own skate.
Well, Barb, as you can attest to and I can attest to, there's nothing better than skating a world championship in your home country. There's just nothing else like it. And as you say, if he can capture the wave, it'll be a memory he will cherish forever.
Opening here with the triple Lutz. Right on.
And Elvis Stojko standing at the boards watching his Mariposa teammate.
Here's the triple axel. triple flip, triple toe combination.
To have been a triple loop. He executes a double. Well, we've been so caught up in Elvis's story this week, and here in Birmingham, the British press have been putting a lot of pressure on Stephen Cousins as he's been touted as perhaps a medal winner here at this competition. And I think if they'd been fair to him and looked at his track record, perhaps that was a bit of a reach on their perspective, and yet it puts a lot of weight on this young man's shoulders.
He skated extremely well in the short program, but he was really upset with the judges' marks, and he said later that next year he wants to get his mom on the panel. Made huge strides here this year, but tonight he needed that triple axel and it wasn't there.
The credit must be given to him. He is a member of that triple-triple combination club. And here the hometown crowd loves him nonetheless. He's getting a standing ovation. Flowers are cascading from all corners.
His 10th place finish last year in Japan, his best ever at the Worlds until this.
He was 6th coming in. Here's a look at his attempted triple axel, and he simply does not get enough hang time to complete the rotation before making contact with the ice on the landing.
But his improvement is largely attributed to the fact that every day in practice he's on the ice with a world champion.
Well, there's nothing like that kind of atmosphere to encourage you to continue to skate up. When there's someone there to chase, there's nothing like it.
Well, I think what Elvis has done for him is taught him how to focus, because before, Stephen was always known as a showman, and he didn't have the ability to really focus on the jumps when it counted.
Doug Leigh, what a week he's had here as he congratulates his other pupil, Robert Tebby, as well.
He gave it your all.
From the Mariposa Club. And Doug savored the success in '87 with Brian Orser. This will be the 6th time in 7 years Canada has a gold medal in this event. 7th time in 9.
Well, Elvis has to be extremely proud of himself.
Yeah, he wants to make sure Stephen gets his share of the credit here. Good for him.
Well, Stephen's shaking his head because he really wanted the triple axel. It's something that he's worked very hard to attain. He did it beautifully in the short program, and yet it eluded him here this evening.
And it could have been a storybook ending here for him tonight, skating in the last spot in his home country.
Wow, he did things in there. Really? The opening marks was amazing. That's as big a test as it gets. Yeah, he did.
Robert Tebby just said that's as big a test as it gets, and that certainly was a huge amount of pressure on his shoulders tonight.
For technical merit, 5-3, 5-4, 5-4.
Well, you hear the reaction from the fans. They want higher marks, and I guarantee if Stephen's mom was on the panel, they would be higher. 5.2 up to 5.6.
Marks for Stephen Cousins for presentation.
And now the presentation marks, they go up. 8th place ordinal is the best he has. He's 9th in the free skate and 8th overall, so that's the best ever for Stephen Cousins at the World Championships. But the winner and still world champion is Elvis Stojko. An amazing journey this year near the late moments of the program that won it.
Well, I'd have to say that for him is probably a $1 million combination.
And when it came down, Doug Leigh and Uschi Keszler knew that was what was going to put him over the top.
Another one.
So Elvis Stojko, a sweet repeat as he embraces his mother, Irene Stojko. Great moment. Elvis Stojko ahead of Todd Eldredge of the United States, the silver medalist. Philippe Candeloro wins the bronze ahead of Alexei Urmanov, and Éric Millot moves up into 5th position. Scott Davis down to 7th, Stephen Cousins there at 8th. Ilia Kulik finishes in the top 10 at 9th. Sebastien Britten of Canada, 17th. What a night in Birmingham. Don't go away. We'll be back with more. Tells it all. A proud night for the young man from Richmond Hill, Ontario. A proud night for Canadian skating. On the left, it's Eldredge. On the top of the podium, it's Stojko. On the right, it's Candeloro. There's the world champion. Let's return to Chris Cuthbert. Well, Brian, it's one of those nights we'll be talking about for many years. Still trying to catch our breath up here as Elvis Stojko said he wasn't going to hold anything back tonight, and he didn't. Well, tonight, the best medicine for Elvis was the adrenaline, because there was absolutely no evidence of any pain out there. He pulled out everything that he possibly had, including that triple-triple combination at the end. It was absolutely amazing, but there were a lot of inspiring performances, and I think Todd Eldredge has to really be commended for that amazing comeback this year.
Barb, both of these gentlemen showed us tonight what they're truly made of. For them to be able to think on their feet like that, both of them realize with less than 30 seconds to go in their program, they've got to toss something in if they want to take home the gold. Eldredge thinks a triple axel is going to do it. Elvis comes out and lays down a triple-triple to take home the gold. Simply amazing.
It was quite a night, a sweet repeat for Elvis. Let's join Brian. The defending world champion hurling his flowers up into the stands on the far side of the arena. If I can get out here without breaking my neck, he is coming over, gold medal around his neck. Elvis, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The first question Canadians want to know, a long, hard program, 4.5 minutes. How is that right ankle?
Pretty good. The thing that's really weak right now is my knee. I kind of gave it a shot when I did the quad and bent back, and I was really trying to concentrate it. It's a little bit sore now, but it should be okay.
All right, stand here for a minute. We've got a monitor if we can hold it up. We're going to roll the triple-triple 4:15 into the program. I don't know where you found the energy. Take us through it.
All right, before that I was doing a back spiral, and I was trying to collect my energy down the center of my stomach to gain the power. When I went around, I knew I needed an extra triple because I did the quad and I didn't have the triple toe. I just found the energy, and I just put it down.
You said to me, and I think it was about a month ago in Toronto, in Halifax, you tried to skate for the right reasons, for character. Last night you were second. I said, come on, tell me now you're second. Are you thinking about winning, or are you still thinking about character? And you said you were not thinking about winning. Really?
Honestly, to be honest with you, it's the fight for the challenge and for what I believe in. And again, it's something that I strive for. And tonight, you know, might have not needed the quad, but I put it in anyways because I wanted to do it and I wanted to push myself beyond my limits, and that's what it's all about, like putting that extra triple toe in.
You've been pushing yourself beyond your limits for a long time. We had a feature tonight where you said at one point you wanted to quit as you tried to rehabilitate the knee. Can you put it into a brief description, the emotions you've been through since Halifax?
Oh, it's hard to say. It's hard to tell people what you go through because you have to live it. And I mean, the frustration and the pain and everything you go through, but I mean, when you give it everything you've got and you never give up, anything is possible, and I feel like I've proved it to myself and that anything's possible, and now I can enjoy the year, and you know that those 8 weeks were worth it.
Well, they were worth it indeed. You have nothing left to prove. The defending world champion Elvis Stojko with a sensational performance here tonight in Birmingham, England. The silver medal to Todd Eldredge, who's come back himself from some difficulties. Candeloro takes the bronze. Stay with me. We've got to sign off this show. I know you're being pulled by the Canadian fans. Just a reminder, Elvis, as we say goodnight, a reminder that prime time...
Dance. Move rhythmically, usually to music, alone or with partner or set. Move in a lively way, skip, bob, up and down.
I could have danced all night, I could have danced all night, and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I only know when he began to dance with me, I could have danced and danced.
Earlier today, Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz leave their hotel and head here to the arena, where yesterday with this skate they were able to move into sole possession of 4th place going into tonight's free dance program. No surprise, the leaders are the Russian world champions Grishchuk and Platov, followed closely by the European champions Rakamo and Koko from Finland. Also tonight, the women's short program featuring European champion Surya Bonali. It's a strong field, and she'll get a challenge from China's Lu Chen. And if you are just joining us, good evening, everyone. Still to come, the free dance. Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz, good friends of yours, stand fourth. But I know Canadians, in fact, figure skating fans in England, still buzzing about the performance last night by Elvis Stojko. Did you get any sleep last night?
Got a little bit. I hung out with my friends a little while and celebrated a little bit, and then got a good night's sleep, but I'm still pretty tired today.
All right, I know you're tired. We appreciate you coming to continue a tradition we started back in '89 with Kurt in Paris. We did it with you last year in Tokyo, and that is that we are going to go through your program. Here it is. You tell us what you're thinking at each particular moment.
Well, this starting position here is kind of a relaxed position, trying to get myself focused in and trying to get my level and get all ready for the upcoming. The first thing I'm thinking about is just the footwork into the triple flip and sort of letting this music carry me through.
Elvis, are you aware of the crowd at any time? Are you aware of the flags, the noise?
Pretty much so. Before I went out, I kind of gave a wave to the Canadians over on the side there. The Americans are there, the Brits are here, all really supportive, and it was great. Now right here, I'm just getting my feel for the ice. I'm trying to get everything stretched out. Right into the triple flip. Bang. Now this is a key point here. This is where I'm trying to get myself psyched for the triple axel, triple toe. Step up right there. It's my key point. And away we go.
At this point, how was the ankle?
I didn't feel anything. It was fine. It was fine. I didn't feel anything at all. I didn't feel anything till later on in the program, and I'll let you know where it was. Getting my center here. I wanted to just let go a little bit here, but I knew that I didn't want to because I didn't want to make a mistake. So I'm always just focused on the program here.
Is there ever a chance, Elvis, when you can slow down, relax, maybe let the heart stop beating quite as fast?
That was that point there, right after the spin. This was kind of weird. I didn't know what happened to the loop. The loop felt great, went up good, and I landed. Something caught me there, but I just went on with the program. Now this is where I'm getting psyched for the quad. I did a really good one in the warm-up. It felt great. On practice, I did about 3 quad toe, triple toe combinations, and I was trying to get myself psyched for it right here. All I remember was this setup, taking about 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. And up, almost. A little on the side. That kind of hurt my knee at that point. A little bit of pain here, trying to skate through it, stretch the leg out a little bit.
Now, you put in that triple-triple, 415 into a 430 program. When are you thinking about that? Now you haven't landed the quad clearly. Are you saying I've got to do something because Eldredge put in the triple late?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't know what Eldredge has done or anyone else because I didn't see them skate. Right now, I'm thinking about the axle. Trying to get the focus here with the footwork. Keep the energy up. Right here's a key point right there. There's a checkpoint right there. That's my focus. I knew I needed this one. There we go.
When you say a checkpoint, a particular point that you pick out, you have to be at a certain position when you're by it?
Well, basically what happens is I'm doing this section of footwork, and this music is very fast. What happens is it'll push your heartbeat a little too quickly, and you'll rush the jump. What happens is as I'm coming around the corner, that's a checkpoint, bang. I slow myself down a little bit, get the heartbeat down, focus in. After the axle, I knew I was pretty much on the way of finishing up a good program. This here, I was letting go a little bit more. Right around the corner here, I looked over at Doug and Uschi right there. You can see them.
Now, is the quad totally out of your mind at this point?
Yeah, everything's out of my mind. Right now, I'm focusing on the sow cow, and I realized I wanted another triple toe. So right here, I'm catching a breath, trying to get some energy, and I was thinking about the triple toe at this point. Just trying to get the feel for it. All I thought about was I needed an extra triple in there. I wanted to do it, so I was trying to gain some energy, push the program a little bit here. There's the sow cow. Okay, push it, dig in, dig in, dig in. Right in the end, set up. It's funny, I didn't even warm these jumps up. 1, 2, and then I just let go. Here we go.
Did you know you had it then?
Well, I knew that I skated a good performance, and I was happy that I did it for myself. The challenge was met, and I proved to myself that I could do it.
Todd Eldredge, there's your mother on the left there. Todd Eldredge has come back from injury too. Both of you quite a story, Elvis, but you've been talking about doing it for yourself all week. You told me last night you still did it for yourself after it was complete. At no time were you thinking gold medal.
There was always the point of just the challenge for myself. That is the main focus for it, and doing it for the right reasons instead of just doing it for a result. I mean, that's just sort of I want. You know, the goals are there to meet, but I wanted to give back, and by giving back, you set a challenge for yourself, and to prove it to yourself that you can do it no matter what is in front of you, what obstacles there was that showed up. And with this ankle and this foot, it was such a struggle, and I knew that I could do it. And my focus is, if I start focusing on gold medal, you start to shrink. You start to just focus on, what if I fall? I might not get it. And as soon as you relieve that, the pressure goes away, you focus on your own game plan, and you really enjoy it.
Well, you focused. You did a spectacular job. On behalf of all Canadians, congratulations. I know you want to say hello to your father. You said hello the other night.
Hey, Dad, I love you. That was for you. And like you said on the phone, I knew you were with me. Thanks.
The world champion, the second Canadian to repeat as world champion. Elvis, congratulations. Let's move to my left, and once again, Chris Cuthbert.
Well, thank you, Brian. Like the men's event, the women's is led by an American after the short program. And Barb, the story of the day is Nicole Bobek.
Well, like Todd Eldredge in the short program, she had the performance of the day. She was simply sparkling. And what continues to amaze me is the talent pool in the United States. It's endless.
Well, Barb, the American women have been nothing short of impressive. But for me, going into the women's long program, the question is, can Olga Markova deliver a skate that will keep her on the podium? And can Saria Bonnelly skate well enough to get onto that podium?
Okay, let's move.